Hey everybody, welcome back. We are getting ready to watch season 1, episode 2 of Game of Thrones. It's been a week since I've been able to get the second one in. It's been a busy week at work. Thursday night, Wednesday night, I found out that I lied. Thursday night, Thursday afternoon, late afternoon, is about 5 o'clock, well, 4 o'clock ish. I was asked to start covering Fridays from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. Again, our night person that we had is no longer with us, so it's been a long week. And I'm really tired. Today is Saturday, and I've only had about 4.5 hours of sleep, somewhere in there. So, trying to stay awake. I had to work at the store today, so we are semi-dressed. No, we are dressed. And I figured while I was dressed nice, I would get some recordings in and kind of go from there because I'm going to have some recordings where I'm not dressed nice. So, but you guys are used to it. This young lady thought she was going to die because I did not feed her before I left the house. The dish was empty, and this poor thing is just going to wither away. Game of Thrones. Okay, so where we're at with it, we've met the two families, or not the two families. There's more than that. Can't remember all of the names. There's Starks, Laniers, There's one that starts with an L, and then there's Jason Momoa's group. It starts with a D, right? Dakara or something like that. I'll get them eventually. We've got arranged marriages. We've got a brother who is greedy. We've got the young innocent sister. I forget her name. I think it starts with a D also. I want to say Dionysus, but that's not right. I forget her name. At any rate, I know she's a pivotal character, but pretty much they alluded to she was getting raped for her wedding night based on the customs at the wedding. Also, the very final scene was Bran or Brant, I think it's Brand, was killed by the twin brother who's stooping his sister, the queen. So we've got that dynamic going on. And the Starks adopted a pack of wolves whose mother had been killed. And there were 5 wolves, 5 children, so they each took one. John is the son of the king, or not son of the king, son of the nobleman. He's some kind of elder of some sort, um, but he's not the wife's son. And I don't know if that's where the snow comes from or if this is a different John and we'll meet another John with the last name Snow. So that's all I know. That's where we're at. I probably forgot a lot of the plot points, but let's go ahead and get into episode 2, especially since I had to fight with my laptop and my earbuds again. It wouldn't recognize my earbuds. It's been a bad week. And Friday was only my so Friday the 13th is not a thing I worry about. That was my third bad Friday the 13th ever. So I went to log on to work and there was a Windows update and it took over an hour for it to tell me that it failed. So I'm panicking in the meantime because all the other clinicians are going off shift and I'm like, I've got to get on shift. So at any rate, yeah, I've got to deal with that on Monday, so that'll be fun. All right, let's get into the show. You guys don't care. So this one's called The Kingsroad. So the king has asked he's like a best friend to be his, basically his right-hand man, I think lead his armies or something like that. Somebody's trying to kill the king, and this guy is the only one the king trusts. So there's that plot point also. Oh, and there are dragons in this show, which I knew that before starting, but we had dragon eggs at the wedding. I don't know how long this intro is. Hopefully not too long. Nice thing about Netflix is being able to skip intros. What do you think, JoJo? You gonna watch with me? Watch some wolves and some dragons? Oh, and we had some kind of fairy things, White Walkers, something like that. Some kind of magical beings that supposedly haven't existed for thousands of years. You're so beautiful. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You like that? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, on the seal or emblem or talisman or whatever you want to call the round part of the sword there's an elk or elk-ish type animal, a wolf, a dragon, and a lion, it looks like. Is this the Dakarta? Yeah. Drakari.
It'll get easier.
She goes, that's easy for you to say. You're not the one being abused by him. Are her muscles cramped up? Tennyson? That's not right. Starts with a T.
One word, and I hit you again.
I'm telling Mother. Oh.
He warned him.
Go.
He may not have any emotions, but at least he knows what the etiquette is, the social expectations are.
If he forgets, be a good dog and remind him.
Is Bran going to die?
Apparently not.
Okay. So we weren't sure if he was dead,
Maester
but
says the boy may live.
it is still a big fall.
Stand on top of the wall and piss off the edge of the world.
Children don't need to hear your filth. Come.
I liked the way he raised eyebrows there. He's the fun uncle.
I hope the boy does wake. I'd be very interested to hear what he has to say.
He has an idea of what was going on, doesn't he?
I am grateful.
I can't tell if she's being serious or if she's just putting on an act. You would think that all children born to the king and queen would be known to the people.
Give my regards to the Night's Watch. I'm sure it will be thrilling to serve in such an elite force. And if not, it's only for life.
Take it we're not supposed to like him.
Nymeria, gloves.
Of course, when people are around.
Impressive.
Shut up. Nymeria, gloves.
I have something for you.
Is it a sword?
First lesson. Sticking with the pointy end.
I know which end to use.
Is he not going to give her any more lessons than that?
Careful.
I've got a needle of my own.
So the sword's name is Needle? Or Needles?
You must.
Alright, I might be too tired to watch this. Story's got to pick up a little bit. My eyes are going cross.
Farewell, Snow. And you, Stark.
Okay, so his last name is Snow. I thought they introduced him as Stark, though, in the first episode. Unless that brother just calls him that in a teasing manner. It seemed to be teasing if that's not his last name.
Is my mother alive? Does she know about me, where I am?
So in this world, people go by the mother's last name?
The next time we see each other, we'll talk about your mother. I promise.
Now, is he going to make that promise and not be able to keep it? Is he going to die?
Worst thing about your coronation, I'll never get to hit you again.
The Targaryen boy crosses with a Dothraki horde at his back. The scum will join him.
He will not cross. And if by chance he does, we'll throw him back into the sea.
Okay, so if I followed all that
There's a
correctly...
war coming, Ned.
If I followed all of that correctly, some people feel that the king should not have been made king, and that it should have been one of the blonde hair brother of the Targaryen. I'm probably saying that wrong. And it seems like the Targaryens and the Darth Dothraki. I can't say it now. That those two families have aided each other at the very least, if not friends. But they didn't seem to be friendly, but they seem to aid each other. And so that's why somebody's out to kill the king, is to put the brother into power to be the king, which we know he wants the power. I mean, that's the whole reason why he is an ass and did what he did to his sister. But there's more to it than just him wanting to be king. There's others that want him to be king too, is what it sounds like, if I'm following. When there's a lot of stuff going on, like a lot of interwedding going on, it's hard for me to follow, so bear with me. And as I get used to everybody, the plot lines, the different plot lines should be able to stick with me better. But if I'm not seeming to follow something correctly, although by the time you see this, I'll be many episodes ahead. But if I don't seem to be following something correctly, please feel free to try to correct me if I don't put it in editing. Sometimes I forget to put it in editing because I'm editing too fast, but I do try to correct things when I'm doing editing if I know it at that time.
Ah, rapers.
They
were given a choice, no doubt.
When did Tenarian, or however you say his name, when did he catch up with John? Because when we last saw John, he was splitting from Ned solo. Nobody was with him. I must have missed something.
I was born a Lannister of Casterly Rock.
Lannister.
You're not supposed to be here. No one's supposed to be here.
He was sent to kill the
It's a
kid.
mercy.
I was going to say, he's going to have to kill her if he's going to try to kill the kid. Good boy.
You told me the moon was an egg, Khaleesi.
Khaleesi.
But
Why
one
did I
won't
think
get
her
too
name
close
started
to
with
the
a
sun
D?
and Moon is goddess, wife of sun. It is known.
It is known.
They're talking about, well, I was going to say Gaia, but Gaia is
Why did
Earth. It's the Cliffs of Insanity. So that's the wall, I take it, in the daylight. She knows something's up since somebody tried to kill her son. Doesn't want him to awaken. Is she going to find some jewels or something like that that only could belong to the queen? Strand of long blonde hair.
For more than a month. Bran's life is in their hands now.
And the wolf's guarding him right now, right? Is that like a dream catcher? Their version of a dream catcher?
I don't think that this is the Dothraki way.
If he wanted the Dothraki way, why did he marry you?
So the question is the girl being genuine? Just trying to think of the right word with the advice she's giving, or is she setting her up? One of those eggs is going to hatch by the end of this season, isn't it? Okay, that's about the most I've seen of Jason Momoa so far. Seems to have worked.
Does the hound frighten you? Away with you, dog. You're scaring my lady.
Do all of the Lannisters call anybody below them a dog? At least she's getting some training in.
Pick up your sword, butcher's boy. Let's see how good you are.
Is he going to kill him right in front of
I'm
them?
your prince. I'll gut you, you little cunt!
I was going to say, now they're going to try to hunt the wolf, though. It's just going to sink. You can easily get it if you're willing to get wet.
My prince, my poor prince, look what they did to you.
What does she see in him? I think I've seen pictures of her older in thumbnails through the years, so I'm not so worried they'll do anything to her necessarily. I mean, there might be some trials and that kind of stuff, but
Sansa, come here, darling.
is she going to betray her because she wants the sweet prince?
Damn it, children fight. It's over.
Joffrey will bear these scars for the rest of his life.
He needs them.
He doesn't mean Lady, does he? No,
They're going to
no,
kill
not
her,
Lady.
Wolf.
Lady didn't bite anyone. She's good.
Lady wasn't there.
So is he really going to go through with it? I imagine she's going to want a witness to watch him do it. Is the other wolf going to protect Lady? He is going to go through with it. Is he going to wake up? Kind of indicating that he got the soul of Lady. Not that he was dead, but changing one status for another, in a sense. So that was the end of episode 2. We still have a lot of build-up going on. It's only episode 2, so trying to get there with things. It did pick up enough that my eyes weren't going cross, so that's the good news. Hopefully I'll have enough sleep by the time I watch the next episode. They're really painting the Lannisters in a light of no redeeming qualities at all, except for maybe Tenarian. I can't say his name. He's the only one that seems to have any redeemable qualities and only puts up with his family because he's born to them. But he seems to despise them as much as the audience does. I wonder if what's her name is going to still view him as her sweet prince. I don't know what she saw in him to begin with other than status. And she did talk about status in the first episode. So it shouldn't really be a surprise. But if you're going to sell yourself for status, then you need to know what you're getting in bed with, right? We didn't see much else from John and Tenarian. I'm probably saying that wrong. And the guys at the wall. So I imagine we're going to get a little bit more of that in the next episode. Also, the wife, Ned's wife, hasn't gotten to the encampment yet, so he doesn't know that somebody tried to kill Brant. I think that's kind of where we're at right now. Not much else, no further thoughts on it or anything. So, okay, it should be at least a week before I get the next set of episodes. So hopefully I remember most of the stuff that's been going on. Oh, and I think with what's her name, Khaleesi, with Khaleesi learning to take control in the bed, for a lack of a better way of putting it, I think things won't be quite as terrible. I mean, she still doesn't want to be in the situation, but at least she's trying to make it her own, so to speak. And I think at least one of those 3 eggs is going to hatch, if not all 3. But I think just one will hatch. But she is staring at it enough to give us the impression that she's thinking about how do I bring it to life, that kind of stuff. So I think by the end of the season, we may have a dragon. I think that's it. Okay. Thank you all for joining me on this one, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.